Welcome to our channel, a sacred space where broken hearts find healing, weary souls discover hope, and every hurting spirit is reminded they are deeply loved by God. Here, you'll find gentle words of comfort, powerful stories of redemption, and divine encouragement to walk through life's challenges with faith and peace. Whether you're feeling lost, overwhelmed, or simply seeking a quiet place to rest, this channel is for you. Subscribe and join us on this beautiful journey of spiritual renewal, one heartfelt step at a time. Because here you are never alone. You are cherished, and you are loved beyond measure. Chapter 1. When your soul feels forgotten. My child, I saw you today, not just the way others see you. I saw your silence. I saw the moment you looked at your phone, hopping for a message that didn't come. I saw you sigh when you thought no one was watching. I heard the ache behind your smile. You wonder if I've forgotten you. You whisper at night, even if only in your thoughts. Does God still see me? Does he still care? Let me answer you not with thunder, but with gentleness. Yes, yes, I see you. Yes, I have always seen you. You are not forgotten. You have never been forgotten, even when the world rushes past, even when the days feel like they're folding in on themselves, even when your prayers feel like paper tossed into the wind. I hold everyone. I am not the God who forgets. I am the God who remembers, who redeems, who restores. Do you remember David? He too cried out in his sorrow, "How long, O Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me?" Psalm 13:1. Yes, even my beloved ones have felt forgotten. Even the great ones of faith have sat where you sit now, alone, wounded, waiting. But child, what you call waiting, I call weaving. I am weaving purpose through your pain, threading glory through your tears, lacing strength through your quiet heartbreak. Even now, in this very moment, I am closer than the breath in your lungs. I have engraved you on the palm of my hand. My memory does not fail. My love does not grow weary. My promises do not expire. You feel forgotten not because I've turned away, but because the noise of the world has gotten louder than my whisper. Come back to the quiet. Come back to my voice. Let me speak to that aching place in you. Let me wash over you like the river of peace you've been craving but couldn't find. I know the loneliness you carry. I know how hard it is to watch others seem joyful while you silently hurt. I know how you've kept going, not because it was easy, but because you had no other choice. I honor your strength, but I also see your fatigue. And I want you to know, child, it's okay to collapse in my arms. You don't have to be strong when you're with me. Let your tears fall. Let your fists unclench. Let the armor come off. You don't have to impress me. You don't have to perform. You don't have to prove your worth. You are already mine. When you were in your mother's womb, I formed you. When you cried your first cry, I rejoiced. When you took your first step, I was there. When you broke your first promise, I still stayed. There is not a moment in your life I have missed, not a single second that slipped past my notice. And if the world forgets you, I never will. Do you know the stars in the sky? I named each one, and still I chose to name you too. Not by accident, not by coincidence, but by design. There are pages still to be written in your story, and I, the author, do not forget my own narrative. Even now, I am preparing a chapter where healing flows like rain, a chapter where you will remember joy again. So hold on, child. Hold on not with your strength, but with mine. Lean your weight into me tonight. Close your eyes not in fear, but in trust. I am not absent. I am not silent. I am not distant. You are seen. You are heard. You are loved. I bottle every tear. I remember every prayer. I redeem every sorrow. Let this be your comfort tonight. You are not forgotten, not by me, not for a moment. Even in the silence, I am singing over you. Even in the night, I am shining light you cannot yet see. Rest, my child. Tomorrow is in my hands, and so are you. Chapter 2. The God who counts your tears. My beloved, you cried again last night, didn't you? Not the loud kind, not the kind anyone else could hear, but the quiet, silent tears, the kind that soak into your pillow and disappear before morning. I know those tears. I count them. You may not believe that, but it's true. You have kept count of my tossings. You put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book? Psalm 56:8. You see, I don't just notice your pain, I collect it. Every tear you've ever cried, I have seen. Not one has fallen without my attention. Not one has been wasted. Others may say, just move on, or it's not that bad, or you should be over it by now. But I, the God who made you, say, it matters, you matter. I am not indifferent to your suffering. I am not tired of your pain. I don't roll my eyes at your weakness. No, I lean in closer. When others withdraw, I draw near. When others get tired of your sadness, I remain endlessly patient, because I love you, not the version of you that has it all together, but the real you, the weeping you, the doubting you, the curled up on the floor you, the barely holding on you. You may feel like your pain is too much, too messy, too loud, too quiet, too complicated, but I have never once flinched at your brokenness. I walked through the garden in anguish. I sweat blood in Gethsemane. I wept at Lazarus' tomb. I know the language of sorrow. I speak it fluently. And so, when you weep, I don't just notice. I weep with you. Yes, the Almighty God, the maker of the galaxies, the one who holds oceans in his hands. I weep because you are mine, and your hurt matters to me more than you know. You ask, but why have you stopped my tears? Oh, child, some tears are the beginning of healing, not the end of hope. Some grief clears out space for grace. Some sorrow prepares the ground for something new to grow. I am not the author of your pain, but I am the redeemer of it. I do not waste what you have endured. Even the things that broke your heart will not be in vain. Your tears have watered seeds that are growing even now. Seeds of compassion, of depth, of courage, of understanding. Do not be ashamed of your tears. Tears are prayers too. They rise to me when words cannot. They say, I need you. And I always respond to that cry. You're not weak because you weep. You're human. You're healing. I see how hard you've tried to stay strong. But you don't have to be unbreakable with me. Let go of the pressure to bounce back. Let go of the lie that faith means never feeling pain. Faith is not pretending. Faith is bringing the truth of your pain to the truth of my love. Faith is letting your tears fall into my hands and trusting that I will catch every one. Come now, child. Lay your head on my chest. Let the tears come. Let the exhaustion release. Let the dam break if it must. I am not here to shame your tears. I am here to hold them. You are not a burden. You are not too emotional. You are not too much. You are mine, and I do not grow weary of loving you. Tonight, as you cry, know this. There is someone counting your tears and planning redemption for every single one. One day, I will wipe every tear from your eyes. But until then, I will keep counting, keep holding, keep healing. Let me love you in your sadness. Let me meet you in your weeping. Let me remind you, you're never crying alone. Your tears are not a sign that you've lost faith. They're proof that you're still reaching for me. And child, that is enough. Chapter 3. In the Valley of Shadows. My precious one, I know the place where you are right now. It feels like a valley, a deep, dark one. You're walking, but it feels more like stumbling. You're breathing, but barely. You're surviving, but joy seems like a far-off dream. This valley, this quiet place filled with shadows, is not unfamiliar to me. I walked it before you. I walk it now beside you. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Psalm 23:4. Yes, I am with you, not above you, not watching from a distance. I'm here in the valley with you. You may not feel my presence, but I promise you this. My nearness is not based on your senses. It is based on my love, and my love never fails. The valley is not punishment. It is not abandonment. It is not evidence that I have turned my face away from you. No, child, the valley is where I often do my deepest work. It's where your roots grow deeper, where your faith gets quieter but stronger, where you begin to see not by sight, but by trust. I know it's dark here. I know the shadows loom large. Fear tries to whisper that you won't make it out. But let me remind you of something vital. This is the valley of the shadow, not the valley of death itself. Shadows may frighten you, but they cannot harm you. They only exist where there is light nearby, and I am that light. You see, the enemy wants you to believe that shadows mean I've left you, but what they really mean is that I am close. The light is so near. It's casting shadows through the very things meant to break you. Hold on to that. When you can't pray, I hear your silence. When you can't sing, I surround you with songs of deliverance. When you can't even whisper my name, I still know what your heart is trying to say. You are not failing in the valley. You are learning to walk by faith, not by sight. And that is a holy thing. Don't be ashamed of your tears here. Don't be afraid to ask the hard questions. I am not threatened by your doubts, nor surprised by your sorrow. Bring it all to me. Lay it bare. Even your anger, your confusion, your weariness. I receive it with love. I am not just God on the mountaintop. I am God in the shadows. I am God in the silence. I am God in the places where no one else dares to go, and where you thought even I might not follow. But here I am, and I'm not going anywhere. My rod and my staff, they are here to comfort you, not to punish, not to shame, but to guide, to protect, to assure you that you're never walking alone. This valley is not forever. It is not your destination. It is simply a passage. And every step you take, even if it feels small, even if it feels like crawling, is progress. One day, you will look back on this valley and see that you were never walking it alone. You will see that when you had no strength, I carried you. When your faith was a flicker, I was the flame that kept burning. When your hope felt gone, I held it for you. Do not fear, beloved. Do not give up here. You are not buried. You are being planted. And one day, the fruit of this season will astound you. For now, just breathe. Take one more step. Let my peace walk beside you, like a soft wind through the trees. I am your shepherd. I lead you even in the valley, and I will never let you go. You may not see the way out yet, but I already know the path forward. Trust me to lead you, even through the shadows. And when you feel the most lost, just listen for my voice. Because even here, yes, even here I am speaking. I am with you. I am for you. And I will walk with you all the way through. Chapter 4. I am still with you. My child, I know the thoughts that have haunted your heart lately. You've wondered if I've left. You've looked at the silence around you and assumed I must have slipped away. You felt like your prayers vanished into the air and returned void. You've asked with trembling lips, God, are you still here? Yes, 1,000 times, yes. I am still with you. I was there yesterday when your hope felt small. I was there in the waiting room. I was there in the empty room. I was there when no one texted back. I was there when you cried into your hands and felt forgotten by the world. I was there not as a far-off spectator, but as a father near, tender, constant. You see, I don't just love you when you feel strong. I love you when you're doubting, questioning, barely holding on. I don't vanish when your faith wavers. I remain, even now, even in this season where joy feels distant and your strength feels thin, even when you feel unworthy of my presence, even when your steps falter. I'm still here. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. That is not just a verse, it is a vow. You don't have to feel my presence for me to be present. My nearness is not dependent on your emotions. It's based on my covenant of love, and my love is immovable. I never promised that you would always feel me, but I did promise you'd never be alone. You may feel like you've drifted, that you're too far gone to return. But child, how can you be far from me when I'm the one holding you? You are not walking away. You are walking through, and I'm walking with you. When the fire came, I stood in it with you. When the waves rose, I held you above them. When the night pressed in, I wrapped my presence around you like a warm blanket. I know your soul has grown tired. I know your prayers have turned into whispers. I know your heart has wondered, maybe I'm not worthy of him staying. But hear me now. I didn't stay because you earned it. I stayed because I love you. I stayed because you're mine. I don't walk away when you're messy. I lean in closer. I don't flinch when you confess your weakness. I wrap you in grace. I don't abandon you when you fall. I kneel beside you, help you up, and remind you, this is not the end. Let me say it plainly. I am not finished with you. This valley is not the end of your story. This broken moment is not your identity. I see the beauty I'm forming, even if you can't see it yet. I see the future you've stopped believing in. I see the strength rising beneath the surface. I see the hope flickering, even if you think it's gone out. And still I stay. When you push me away, I don't leave. When you stop talking, I still listen. When you say, I can't do this anymore, I gently whisper, you don't have to, I will carry you. I am not the God who loves conditionally. I am not waiting for you to fix yourself. I am already here in your brokenness, in your waiting, in your doubt. Let me walk with you through the sorrow. Let me be the stillness when your mind races. Let me be the quiet presence in the middle of the noise. My love isn't temporary. It's not shallow. It's not based on performance. It is everlasting, steady, and rooted in who I am, not what you've done. You don't need to earn my nearness. You simply need to receive it. So take a deep breath, my child. Let the fear soften. Let the guilt fall away. Let the lies lose their grip. I am still with you, not because you never failed, but because I never will. I will never leave you when the road is dark. I will never give up on you when you're too tired to try. I will never walk away from the one I died to save. You are not too much for me. You are not too broken for me. You are not too far from me. You are mine forever, and I, your God, am still with you. Chapter 5. The weight of guilt, the whisper of grace. My beloved child, I see the way guilt follows you, like a shadow that clings to your every step. It wraps around your thoughts when you try to sleep. It shows up in the middle of joy and whispers, you don't deserve this. It rewrites your memories, turning even the smallest mistake into a mountain you think I won't climb. I see how it wears you down. I see the heaviness in your eyes. You try to smile, to serve, to move forward, but deep down, the shame still lingers. Not always loud, but always present. And you wonder, how could God still love me after that? Let me answer you with eternal truth. I loved you before that. I loved you during that. And I still love you now. As far as the east is from the west, so far have I removed your transgressions from you. Psalm 103:12. Yes, my child, that far, farther than your mind can measure, farther than your guilt dares to imagine, farther than your shame is willing to believe. I don't bring up your past to shame you. I bring it to the cross to free you. When I look at you, I don't see the failure. I see the faith rising again. I see the heart that still longs for me, even while it wrestles with regret. You think you need to clean yourself up before you come to me. But child, I am the one who does the cleansing. You think you need to prove yourself worthy again, but you were never chosen because of your worth. You were chosen because of my love. I know every detail, the secrets you haven't told a soul, the words you wish you could take back, the bridges you burned, the moments you wish you could erase. And still, my grace remains. My forgiveness is not fragile. It does not break under the weight of your sin. It does not expire after your 10th mistake. It is not shocked by your weakness. I knew the worst of you, and I still chose the cross. I knew the days you walk away, and I still opened my arms. I knew you'd question my love, and I still poured it out. You don't have to carry the guilt anymore. That's why I carried the cross. You don't have to replay the past. That's why I wrote you a future. Come to me. Not once you're perfect. Not once you've punished yourself enough. Come now, as you are, heavy-hearted, guilt-ridden, tear-stained. Let me lift what you were never meant to carry. Come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Not shame, not judgment, not a lecture. Rest. You see, guilt screams that you're disqualified, but grace whispers, you're still mine. Guilt says, you messed up too badly. Grace says, it is finished. Guilt says, you're not worthy. Grace says, you are made new. Let me speak now, where guilt has spoken too long. You are not the sum of your mistakes. You are not the name others called you. You are not the worst thing you've ever done. You are redeemed. You are forgiven. You are deeply, eternally loved. Let that truth sink in. Let it silence the enemy's voice. Let it quiet the storm in your mind. I am not holding your past over your head. I nailed it to the cross. I don't see you through the lens of shame. I see you through the blood of the Lamb. So breathe, child. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are not beyond repair. You are mine, still always, and there is more ahead than there is behind, more mercy than there was mistake, more grace than there was guilt, more love than there was loss. Come walk with me again, not as a condemned one, but as a child restored. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of grace doing what guilt never could. You are free. Chapter 6. You are not too broken to be loved. My child, I know how you see yourself. You look in the mirror and don't just see a face. You see flaws, failures, cracks, and questions. You see a heart that's been shattered too many times to count. A soul that feels stitched together with nothing but survival. You call yourself broken, but do you know what I see? I see beauty. I see purpose. I see my image, even in the fragments. You are not too broken to be loved. Not by me. Not ever. I know who left. I know who betrayed you. I know the words that still echo in your mind. Words that said you weren't enough, weren't lovable, weren't worth staying for. But none of those voices speak for me. They saw your brokenness and walked away. I see your brokenness and draw closer. You think your scars disqualify you, but I see them as signs of your survival. I see a warrior. I see someone who still wakes up, even when the night was filled with tears. I see someone who still chooses to hope, even when disappointment tried to steal everything. You may feel like your heart is in pieces, but I specialize in mending shattered things. I do not discard the broken, I redeem it. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. That verse is not a metaphor. It is your reality. You are not forgotten in your brokenness. You are not forsaken in your pain. I am closest when the world feels farthest. I am gentlest when your soul is most fragile. You think love is for the ones who have it all together. But my love is not built on appearances or performance. It is built on covenant. And I made that covenant with you, not when you were perfect, not when your heart was whole, but when you were still bleeding, when you were still questioning, when you still thought no one could ever truly know you and stay. But I stayed. I knew everything about you from the start. Every regret, every dark day, every doubt you'd wrestle with, every tear you'd cry that no one else would see. And still I chose you. You are not a project to me. You are not a mess I'm trying to fix out of obligation. You are my beloved, my child, my treasure. Yes, your heart has cracks, but it is in those cracks that my light shines through. Your weakness is not a threat to my love. It is a canvas for my grace. The world may have taught you to hide your pain, to tuck your brokenness away, to smile when you're aching inside. But I say, bring it all to me. Bring the raw pieces. Bring the weeping places. Bring the questions, the anger, the silence. I can handle it. I will never shame you for being broken. I will never turn away from your pain. I will never grow weary of your healing process, because I'm not in love with a version of you that doesn't exist. I love you as you are, where you are, even in the middle of your mess. Do you know what goldsmiths used to do when they found a broken vessel of great value? They didn't throw it away. They filled the cracks with molten gold, not to hide the brokenness, but to make it beautiful. That's what I do with you. I take your pain, your past, your wounds, and I weave my glory into them so others can see that you are not a story of ruin. You are a story of redemption. You are not too broken to be loved. You are exactly the kind of soul I came for. I didn't come for the flawless. I came for the hurting. I came for the weary. I came for you. So let me hold you tonight. Let me remind you that you're still worthy. Let me whisper over the noise in your mind. You are loved. You are seen. You are still mine. And nothing, no mistake, no moment, no heartbreak will ever change that. You are loved deeply, permanently, endlessly, even in the breaking, especially in the breaking. Chapter 7, He restores my soul. My child, you've been running on empty for so long. I see it in the way your body moves, slow, weary, stretched thin. I hear it in the sighs you don't even notice anymore. I feel it in the heaviness of your spirit, like you're carrying a weight that no one else sees. You've kept going when everything in you begged to stop. You've smiled when your soul was crumbling quietly. You've served others while wondering when someone would see you. And now you're tired, not just in your body, but in your soul. You whisper words like, I'm numb. I'm tired of being strong. I don't know how to keep going. But let me speak over that exhaustion. Let me lean in close and remind you, I did not create you to live this way. I created you to live restored. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Psalm 23:3. These are not poetic words for someone else. They are promises for you. Right here, right now, you are not forgotten in your fatigue. You are not invisible in your burnout. You are not disqualified because you're worn down. I see the cracks. I see the areas where you've lost yourself trying to be everything for everyone. I see where you've poured out more than you received. And now there's almost nothing left. But beloved, I did not ask you to carry this alone. I never asked you to be the savior. That's my role. I never asked you to hold the world together. That's my strength. I never expected you to do it all. That's why I offer rest. You don't need to earn my restoration. You don't need to deserve a break. You only need to come. Come as you are. Exhausted, empty, weary in places no one else can see. Come and let me do what I love to do, restore. Restoration is not just about rest. It's about renewal. It's about me breathing life back into the places inside you that have grown silent. It's about joy returning to your spirit like sunlight after a storm. It's about peace settling into the chaos. It's about remembering who you are when the world has worn you down to pieces. I know how to restore you. I know what your soul needs, even when you don't. Not just more sleep, but soul rest. Not just escape, but healing. Not just distraction, but divine presence. I know where you've been depleted. I know where you've given and received so little in return. Let me fill those places again. Let me pour my peace where anxiety has lived too long. Let me place my hand on the places that ache, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually. You've tried to fix yourself, haven't you? You've tried to self-soothe, to hustle your way into peace, to carry the burden because you have to. But I never asked you to fix yourself. I asked you to be still and let me be the restorer. Let me bring back what was stolen. Let me rebuild what was broken. Let me revive what felt dead inside. You may not even recognize yourself anymore. You miss the laughter that used to come easily. You miss the passion you once had. You miss the you that didn't feel so heavy. But child, I see that version of you too. I haven't lost sight of who I created you to be, and I will not let weariness rewrite your identity. You are still the one I love, still the one I chose, still the one I walk beside every day. Even when you feel too tired to notice, come sit with me, not as a warrior, not as a leader, not as the strong one, just as you, my child, my beloved, my own. Let me restore your soul, not just your energy, but your essence. Let me remind you that you are more than your responsibilities. You are more than your performance. You are more than what others expect from you. You are mine, and I care deeply about your heart. Even now, I am renewing you. Even now, I am speaking life back into your dry bones. Even now, I am gently lifting your face and saying, you don't have to hold it all together. Let me hold you instead. I restore, not with quick fixes, not with shallow promises, but with everlasting love, deep peace, and supernatural rest. Let today be the day you stop running from me and start resting in me. Let today be the day you lay down the heaviness and pick up my grace. Let today be the day you remember that your soul matters and I'm restoring it, not because you've earned it, not because you've asked perfectly, but because you are my child, and I restore what I love, and I love you more than you can imagine. Chapter 8. When you can't sleep from the pain. My precious child, I see you there, lying awake again. The world has gone quiet, the lights are off, and yet your mind is louder than ever. You toss and turn, trying to find a position that feels like peace, but peace feels miles away tonight. You close your eyes, only for the memories to return. The ache, the regret, the questions, the pain. You reach for rest, but pain keeps pulling you back. Sometimes it's physical, sometimes emotional, sometimes it's the ache of loss, the sting of words you wish you could unhear, or the sharp edges of dreams that broke before they ever began. I know, I see it all, not just the pain, but the weight it puts on your soul. And I want you to know, you are not alone in the dark. I am here, right now, in this sleepless moment. I am not the God who sleeps while you suffer. I am the one who stays awake with you. He who watches over you will not slumber. Psalm 121:3. Even when the world shuts its eyes, mine remain open, watching over you, guarding you, loving you. I know the questions that haunt you. Why is this happening? Will it ever stop? Am I being punished? Is anyone really listening? And yes, I hear even the questions you're afraid to speak. You don't have to pretend with me. You don't have to hide your hurting heart beneath layers of strength. You are safe with me. Let me be the calm in the chaos. Let me be the stillness beneath the storm of your thoughts. Let me be the arms you lean into when the pain feels too heavy to bear alone. Because the truth is, you were never meant to carry this alone. You were never meant to fight for sleep while your soul battles unseen wars. You were never meant to bury your grief, to silence your sorrow, to numb your aching heart. You were meant to come to me, not when you're fixed, not when you're strong, not when you're finally okay. Come now, just as you are. Come with your pain. Come with your exhaustion. Come with your anger, your confusion, your tears. Lay it all down. Let me take it. Let me hold it. Let me whisper peace over your anxious mind. Child, you are not failing because you can't sleep. You are not weak because the pain is still here. You are human, and I came to meet you in that humanity. Even my son cried out in the night. Even he wept in agony. Even he asked, why? So when you cry tonight, know this: you are not less holy in your suffering. You are not abandoned in your agony. You are being held. And in this sleepless night, I am doing something deeper than rest. I am meeting you in the rawest part of yourself. I am speaking life where you thought there was only silence. I am breathing healing into places too tender to touch. My child, I will not waste your pain. I will not overlook your tears. I will not ignore your groaning. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. Psalm 35. Yes, even this night will pass. Even this pain will not last forever. Even this ache has an ending, and I will walk you through every moment until then. But for now, let go. Breathe. You don't need to fight sleep. You don't need to fight the pain. Just let me be near. Let your heartbeat slow in my presence. Let your breath fall into rhythm with my peace. Let your soul lean into the stillness of my love, even if the pain doesn't leave instantly, even if sleep doesn't come quickly. I will not leave your side. Tonight I am holding you, not because you've done something right, but because you are mine. And being mine means this: you are never abandoned. You are never forgotten. You are never beyond comfort. So close your eyes again, not in fear, but in trust. You are safe. You are seen. You are surrounded by my presence. Sleep may be slow to come, but my peace is already here. Chapter 9. I knew you in the womb. My child, before you ever opened your eyes, I had already seen you. Before you took your first breath, I had already breathed purpose into your life. Before anyone on this earth knew your name, I knew you. Not just the idea of you, not just the form of you, but every inch of your soul. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart. Jeremiah 1:5. You are not an accident. You are not the result of random chance. You were never overlooked in heaven. You were chosen, crafted, loved before your first heartbeat. You may feel like you've been overlooked in this life, ignored, misunderstood, forgotten by people you wanted to be seen by. But let me assure you, precious one, you were never hidden from me. When you were nothing but a whisper of life in your mother's womb, I was there, carefully forming you with love and intention. I shaped your hands to one day hold the hands of others. I crafted your voice to speak comfort and truth. I created your eyes to see beauty, even in broken places. I molded your heart to feel deeply, because my own heart feels deeply too. I placed dreams inside you. I wrapped you in purpose. I planted gifts within you that the world has not even fully seen yet. You are not a mistake. You are a miracle. Even now, in the middle of your doubts and weariness, you are still the same soul I loved in the womb. I have not changed my mind about you. No failure, no detour, no heartbreak has ever shaken my decision to call you mine. You've had moments where you've questioned your worth. You've believed the lies that said you're not good enough, not talented enough, not holy enough. But I, the one who made you, say this: you are enough because I made you enough. You are valuable because I declared it from the very beginning. You are loved not for what you do, but for who you are. You were my child before you had words. You were my beloved before you made a single choice. You were mine before you could even recognize me. And you are mine still. Let that truth sink deep into your spirit. I knew you in the womb, not just as a body, but as a soul, as a dream I delighted to bring into the world, as a life that would carry light into dark places. I saw your entire story before it began, the joy and the sorrow, the victories and the valleys, the questions, the wandering, the return. And I said, yes, still yes, this one belongs to me. You do not have to prove your worth to me. You are worthy because I made you so. You do not have to strive to be seen. You are already fully known. You can rest in this truth. You are not here by accident. You are not alive today by coincidence. There is breath in your lungs because I still have purpose for you, even in the pain, even in the confusion, even in the silence. There is something sacred about being known from the womb. It means that no part of your story surprises me. It means that nothing about you is unseen, not the darkness, not the brilliance. Even your flaws do not scare me. They don't change my love. They simply give me more space to show my grace. I knew the moments you break. I knew the times you fall. I knew the scars life would leave behind. And still I whispered, this one is mine, my child. I know you long to feel chosen, to feel special, to feel seen in a world that moves so fast. Let me remind you, you've always been chosen, not by accident, not by pity, but by design. I knit you together. I watched over you in the secret place. I sang over you as you grew. And even now, I am still singing, even when your reflection looks unfamiliar, even when the world tries to label you by your pain, even when you struggle to see your own beauty. I see you as I always have, mind, beloved, beautiful, purposeful, and I will never stop knowing you. I will never stop loving you. I will never stop calling you back to the truth that you were known long before the world tried to name you anything else. Come back to my voice, child. Let me remind you of who you are. You are not what they said. You are not what you fear. You are not your lowest moment. You are mine, and I knew you from the very beginning. Chapter 10. You are never alone in the silence. My dear child, I've watched you sit quietly in the silence, feeling the emptiness press in from every side. I've seen you glance around, hopping for a voice, a touch, a sign, anything to break the deafening stillness. Silence can feel like abandonment. It can seem like proof that no one is there, no one cares. You begin to wonder, am I really alone? But listen to me carefully, precious one. You are never alone in the silence. I am not absent when your prayers seem unanswered. I am not distant when you hear nothing but your own heartbeat. I am not far away, even when the silence feels endless. Silence is not always emptiness. Sometimes silence is simply space, a holy, sacred space where you can finally hear my whisper. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Be still, my child. I am here even now, in the quiet places, in the spaces between breaths, in the moments where words fail. My presence does not require noise. My nearness does not demand evidence. I am simply here, as surely as your breath, as close as your heartbeat. I know how silence can magnify your fears. I know the whispers of doubt grow louder in the quiet. You think silence means rejection, distance, disappointment. But silence is not my rejection of you. It's my invitation, an invitation to lean in closer, an invitation to lay down your striving and simply rest, an invitation to learn trust, to know peace, to feel my presence in ways you never have before. Yes, the silence can feel uncomfortable at first. It strips away distractions. It reveals the hidden things in your heart, but it also makes room for me to enter, room for healing to begin. Think of the silence as soil. It may look barren now, but beneath the surface, seeds of renewal are beginning to grow. In this silence, I am planting hope. I am planting peace. I am planting fresh strength within you. Strength you may not yet feel, but strength that will rise in due season. Do you remember my servant Elijah? He stood on a mountain, waiting for me. A wind blew, fierce and strong, but I was not in the wind. An earthquake shook the ground, but I was not in the earthquake. A fire burned brightly, but I was not in the fire. I came in a whisper, in a gentle, quiet voice that demanded Elijah's full attention. Child, your silence is like that mountain. You've looked for me in noise, in big signs, in clear answers. You've waited for me in the rush of life, hopping I would shout over the chaos. But I've come in whispers, in quiet assurances, in subtle reminders that you're seen, that you're known, that you're held. In the silence, your heart learns a truth deeper than words. I am enough. I am with you, even when there's no evidence. I am faithful, even when the world feels unreliable. You are never alone, because my presence is not dependent on your feelings. My presence is a promise, and I keep my promises. The silence is a bridge, my child, not a wall. It connects your heart to mine. It guides you back to the simplicity of just being together. Without words, without explanations, without striving. I am the God of the quiet. I am the peace in the stillness. I am the one who stays when all others leave. When the world goes silent, I remain. When friends stop calling, I am here. When prayers feel unanswered, I'm still listening. When the loneliness seems overwhelming, I am closer than ever. So rest now. Do not fight the silence. Do not fill it with distractions. Do not fear the quiet spaces of your soul. Let silence become sacred again. Let it remind you that your heart beats, because I still have purpose for you. Let it speak gently of my love, my tenderness, my faithfulness. Tonight, when the silence wraps around you again, remember this truth. You are held, you are seen, you are cherished, and you are never, not even for one moment, truly alone. For I am the God who speaks softly. I am the God who whispers peace into your weary soul. I am the God who holds your hand in the quiet until silence no longer feels empty, but filled with my loving presence. Chapter 11. Though you fall, you will rise. My beloved child, I saw you fall today. Maybe no one else noticed, but I did. I saw the stumble that stole your breath. I heard the whispers of shame and defeat that quickly followed. I felt your heart sink, heavy with disappointment, believing this fall meant the end. But I want you to hear this clearly, precious one. Falling does not mean failure. A setback does not equal defeat. Though the righteous fall 7 times, they rise again. Proverbs 24:16. You see, my child, your falls are not the measure of your worth. Your slips and stumbles don't define who you are. They simply prove you are human. And that's exactly who I came to save. I am not discouraged by your falls. I am not disappointed that you aren't perfect. I am not impatient with your progress. When you fall, I do not turn away. Instead, I reach down. I kneel beside you. I gently whisper, let's get up together. You may feel overwhelmed by the thought of rising again. You're tired of the cycle. Hope, effort, disappointment, repeat. You wonder, how many times can I get back up before I break completely? But hear me now. I am not asking you to rise in your strength. I am asking you to rise in mine. You are not alone in this struggle. You don't rise because of your own ability or resilience. You rise because my power is made perfect in your weakness. Every fall you experience is an invitation to know me deeper. Every stumble is a chance to trust my hand more fully. Every time you hit the ground, it is an opportunity to learn that my grace runs deeper still. I am the God who turns scars into strength. I am the God who transforms falls into testimonies. I am the God who redeems broken things and makes them beautiful again. Child, your fall was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. The enemy whispers, "Stay down, you're finished." But I whisper, "Rise, you're just beginning." You may look around and think everyone else is standing perfectly. You may feel ashamed because your struggles seem visible, your weaknesses obvious. But the truth is, everyone falls. Everyone struggles. I am not drawn to your strength, my child. I am drawn to your honesty. I am drawn to your humility. I am drawn to your willingness to let me lift you up. Rising again isn't about perfection. It's about perseverance. It's about trusting that I hold you tighter than your circumstances ever could. You wonder, what if I fall again? And I gently respond, then I will lift you again. My mercies are new every morning. My compassion never fails. My faithfulness isn't fragile, it endures. You don't have to fear your own frailty. You don't have to hide your bruises. You don't have to pretend you've never fallen. You simply need to take my hand, breathe deep, and stand once more. Each rise after a fall is holy ground. It is a place of miracles, a moment of resurrection, a testimony to the power of my grace. Your fall is not your ending. Your stumble is not your identity. Your story is about redemption, not perfection. It's about learning to lean into me with every step you take. When others say, "You can't," I whisper, "You can." When shame says, "Stay down," I whisper, "Get up." When defeat says, "Give up," I whisper, "We'll overcome together." Rise again, my child, not because you're strong enough, but because I am. Rise because your story isn't finished. Rise because I still have plans for you. Rise because even your falls serve a purpose greater than you can see. I am the lifter of your head. I am the restorer of your strength. I am the one who redeems every step, every slip, every stumble. You will rise again because you never rise alone. Today, let go of the fear of falling. Instead, hold onto my hand. Trust my strength. Rely on my grace. You don't have to have it all together. You don't have to fear the ground beneath your feet. You simply have to trust that when you fall, I will always be there, gently whispering, "Rise again. I'm right here beside you." You may fall 7 times, but my child, you will rise every single time, because your falls do not define you. My love does, and my love says, this is not your ending. This is your rising. Chapter 12. The Lord is my shepherd, even in doubt. My precious child, I've seen the quiet doubts that shadow your heart. I've heard the silent questions that keep you awake. You've whispered into the darkness, "Are you really here, God? Are you really listening? Can I truly trust you with everything?" Let me reassure you clearly and gently. I am still your shepherd, even in your doubts. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Psalm 23:1. This promise isn't just for days when your faith feels strong. It isn't just for the times when you can clearly sense my presence. It's for moments exactly like this, when doubt clouds your heart and trust seems more like a distant hope than a present reality. I see how your doubts make you feel separated, unworthy, even ashamed. You fear I might pull away because your faith isn't strong enough, stable enough, certain enough. But listen closely, beloved one. I am not surprised or disappointed by your doubts. I am not threatened by your questions. I am not weakened by your uncertainty. I am the God who meets you in the middle of uncertainty. I am the shepherd who walks beside you, even when your faith falters. I am the one who gently guides you when you feel lost in confusion. You think your doubts disqualify you from my presence, but your doubts are exactly why I draw near. You're not alone in your uncertainty. Even my beloved disciples doubted. Even they questioned, even after seeing miracles firsthand. And yet I loved them still. I guided them still. I never abandoned them, and I will never abandon you. Doubt does not make you a failure. It makes you human. It makes you real. And real is exactly what I desire from you. I want your authentic heart, questions, fears, struggles, and all. My child, faith is not the absence of doubt. It's trusting me even when doubts linger. It's holding onto my hand, even when you can't clearly see the path ahead. Let me be your shepherd in this place of uncertainty. Let me gently lead you, one step at a time, until you discover that even doubt cannot keep me away. When your thoughts spin with questions, when you wonder if you've gotten it all wrong, remember that my love for you isn't based on perfect belief. My love for you is based on who I am, constant, faithful, unchanging. I have promised never to leave nor forsake you, not when your faith is firm, and certainly not when your faith is fragile. Let me guide you now, not because you fully understand, but because I do. Trust my ability to lead more than your ability to follow. I am not the God who scolds you for doubts. I am the God who comforts you in them. I am the God who gently redirects your gaze from fear back to faith, even when you cannot feel my presence. I am still guiding you, even when your questions seem louder than my voice. I am still whispering, I am here, trust me. You don't have to hide your doubts from me. Bring them openly, honestly, fully. Lay them at my feet. Let me carry the weight of your uncertainty. I am your shepherd. My job is to lead. Your job is simply to stay close. And even when you stray, even when you wander, I come after you gently, lovingly, persistently. Child, it's not the strength of your faith that saves you. It's the strength of the one you place your faith in. And I am strong enough to hold you, even when your grip is weak. Tonight, let this truth settle into your soul. You do not have to be certain about everything. You only need to be certain of this one thing, that I am with you, and I will never leave you. Breathe deeply now. Release the tension of trying to have all the answers. Allow yourself to rest in the simplicity of trust. Even a small, uncertain trust. I will lead you beside quiet waters. I will restore your soul, even amid doubts. I will guide you along paths of righteousness, not because you're perfect, but because you're mine. So when doubt whispers that you're alone, remind yourself gently, the shepherd never leaves his sheep, especially not when they are uncertain, afraid, or confused. I am here, precious child, holding you, guiding you, loving you, even in doubt. And nothing, not even doubt itself, can separate you from my love. Tonight, let your heart find rest in this simple truth. You have a shepherd. He is good, he is faithful, and he is right here, right now, holding you close, even as your doubts begin to fade into the gentle reassurance that you are loved beyond measure. Chapter 13. I carry you through the fire. My beloved child, I have seen you walking through the fire. I have watched as flames rose higher, as trials burned around you, as hardships threatened to consume your strength. You have asked, in quiet desperation, will I make it through this? Am I strong enough to endure? Will this fire ever end? Listen closely, precious one. You are not walking through these flames alone. You have never been alone, not even for a single moment. When you pass through the waters, I will be with you, and through the rivers, they shall not overwhelm you. When you walk through fire, you shall not be burned, and the flame shall not consume you. Isaiah 43:2. I did not promise a life without flames, but I promised you would never face the flames alone. You wonder why the fire has come. You question why it's so intense, why it lasts so long. You fear that this trial might finally break you, that the flames might leave you scarred beyond recognition. But let me remind you gently, I do not waste your pain. I do not allow flames to harm you beyond redemption. I do not send fire without purpose. This fire, painful though it is, will not destroy you. It will refine you. In this furnace, I am burning away what holds you back. I am removing the things that weigh you down. The doubts, fears, shame, guilt, the lies that have stolen your peace. When gold is purified, it passes through flames again and again. Each time, impurities rise to the surface. Each time, it emerges stronger, more brilliant, more pure. Child, you are my precious gold. These flames are not meant to break you. They are shaping you, purifying you, revealing the beauty beneath. And while you walk through this refining fire, I am not standing far away, watching from a distance. I am right here beside you, carrying you, holding you close. You feel weak, but that is because you've been relying on your own strength. Lean fully into mine instead. Let my arms lift you when your strength falters. Let my voice comfort you when your thoughts overwhelm. You may not see my presence clearly in this fire, but trust that I am closer now than ever before. I have entered the flames with you. I have not stood outside, waiting for you to find your way out alone. When Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego walked through the fiery furnace, they were not alone. A fourth was with them, and just as surely as I walked with them, I am walking with you now. The flames did not consume them, and these flames will not consume you. You will come through this fire stronger, with deeper faith, with clearer vision, with a testimony that can heal hearts. You will look back and say, "It was painful, but God carried me through. It felt impossible, but I was never abandoned. I was weak, but my God was strong." Right now, in the heart of this fire, breathe deeply and trust my promise. You will not be destroyed. You will not be abandoned. You will not be overcome. My love is stronger than the flames. My grace is greater than your pain. My strength is enough to carry you safely through. Let go of fear now, my child. Release the need to control or understand. Allow yourself simply to rest in my embrace, to trust my plan, even when it's hard to see. I see every tear you shed in this fire. I feel every ache, every cry of your heart. Nothing goes unnoticed by me. I hold each moment tenderly, collecting your tears, healing your wounds, restoring your soul. Even in the midst of the flames, your story will not end in the fire. Your story will continue with renewed strength, with deeper compassion, with greater understanding. This fire will end, and when it does, you will see clearly that you were never alone, not even for a single heartbeat. Until then, rest assured, I am carrying you now. My arms will never tire of holding you. My heart will never grow weary of comforting you. Tonight, let my presence calm your fears. Let my voice soothe your spirit. Let my promise anchor your soul. You will come through the fire. You will emerge stronger, braver, more beautiful, more fully mine. And I, the God who walks through flames, promise you this: the fire will not consume you. You will overcome, because I overcome. You will rise, because I lift you. You will be whole, because I make all things new. Trust me, my child. I am carrying you through this fire, and I will never let you go. Chapter 14. Even this will be used for good. My precious child, I have watched you wrestle with the question that weighs heavily upon your heart. How could this ever be turned to good? You look around at your circumstances, the pain, the loss, the confusion, and wonder how anything beautiful could ever come from such brokenness. You've asked in the quiet hours, God, is there really purpose here? Could you truly redeem even this? Let me answer you clearly and tenderly. Yes, even this. And we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. Hear this truth deep within your spirit. Nothing is wasted in my hands. Not your pain, not your tears, not your struggles. I do not delight in your suffering. I never intended pain to be your companion, but I promise you, I will not allow your suffering to be meaningless. Even in this moment, as difficult as it feels, I am working in ways you cannot yet see. I am weaving beauty from the threads of your trials. I am creating purpose from the pain that seems impossible to bear. I know right now it's difficult to imagine how this could ever bring good. But trust me, I see further than you can. I see the full tapestry of your life, not just the tangled threads of today. Think of Joseph, betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a pit, sold into slavery, falsely imprisoned. He had every reason to despair, to give up hope, to question my plans. Yet years later, he stood before his brothers and said with peace, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good." Genesis 50:20. My child, your story will echo those words too. Someday, you will look back on this season and see that what felt like chaos was actually my careful hand at work. You will see clearly how I took the very things that wounded you and used them to shape something beautiful, something lasting, something redemptive. I am the God who takes ashes and creates beauty. I am the God who uses brokenness to build strength. I am the God who takes sorrow and fashions joy. Even this very moment, this moment you wish would end, this moment you fear has no meaning, is part of a bigger plan, a divine story that reveals my faithfulness. You don't have to understand how I'll do it. You simply need to trust that I will. I never ask you to carry the burden of figuring out how good will come from your trials. I only ask you to trust that I'm faithful enough to make it happen. Even now, my child, seeds are being planted in your pain. Seeds of compassion, wisdom, resilience, and faith. You may not see them yet, but they are there, taking root beneath the surface. One day, you'll be able to comfort others in ways no one else can, because you walked through this valley first. One day, your pain will become the platform for your testimony, speaking life and hope to someone else who is hurting. I promise you this: your suffering is never wasted. Your trials never fall to the ground unnoticed. I will redeem every tear, every heartache, every sleepless night. I will bring purpose from your pain, beauty from your brokenness, strength from your struggles. You may ask, how long until I see the good? My child, some miracles happen quickly. Others unfold gently over time. But my timing is perfect, and my purpose is always fulfilled. Right now, simply hold onto my promise. Cling to the truth that even this very thing you're facing today, will become part of a story you'll tell one day. A story that brings glory to me and healing to others. I am the God who never abandons the brokenhearted. I am the God who never leaves the wounded without healing. I am the God who never allows pain to have the final word. Let this comfort your heart tonight, my child. Even this will be used for good. Even this pain has purpose. Even this sorrow will yield strength. Trust me, lean into me, rest deeply in the promise that I am working, even in the silence, even in the darkness, even in the moments that feel impossible. My goodness never fails. My faithfulness never ends. My promises always come true. And my promise to you today is this: you will look back on this moment and you will see clearly, with tears of gratitude, that I took the hardest things and turned them into the most beautiful testimonies. Nothing is wasted, child. Nothing is beyond redemption. Nothing is too broken for my love to heal. Even this, yes, even this will be used for good. Trust me, hold tight, and wait patiently. The beauty is coming. The purpose is forming. The miracle is already on its way. And when it arrives, you will know deep in your heart that your God is faithful, always faithful, to bring good from even the hardest moments. Chapter 15. I will fight for you while you rest. My beloved child, I see the exhaustion that weighs heavily upon your shoulders. I see how tired you are from fighting battles no one else even knows about. Day after day, you've carried burdens quietly, hidden struggles behind your smile, and fought battles in silence that have drained your heart. You've whispered to yourself, I can't keep going like this. I'm just so tired. I hear you, my child. And today, I want to speak rest into your weary soul. You do not have to fight alone anymore. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Exodus 14:14. Listen carefully. This promise is yours to hold. I am the God who fights for my children. I am the one who defends you when you feel defenseless, the one who stands in front of you when your strength fails. My precious one, you've been striving, trying to hold the world together in your own strength, trying to be brave, strong, resilient, capable. But you were never meant to bear these burdens alone. Today, lay down your armor. Put down the sword you've used to fight your fears, to battle your anxieties, to overcome your doubts. Release the need to control, the pressure to fix everything yourself. You were never designed to carry these heavy burdens on your own. I created you to rely on me, to trust me with the battles that feel impossible. Come rest now. Let your tired soul find refuge in my presence. Breathe deeply, slowly, peacefully, knowing I am already moving on your behalf. I am already fighting battles you cannot see. I am already opening doors you thought were locked forever. I am already calming storms you believed would never end. Your battles belong to me, my child, not because you're weak, but because you are mine. Rest does not mean you are quitting. Rest does not mean you are giving up. Rest means you trust that I am powerful enough to fight for you, that I am good enough to carry you through, that I am faithful enough to keep my promises. Tonight, let your heart finally rest. Give me your worries, your fears, your struggles, every single one. Let your weary spirit lean fully into me. I am your protector, your defender, your shield, your strength. I fight battles you didn't even know existed. I stand guard over your life, protecting you from dangers you've never seen. You may ask, but what if I stop fighting? Will I lose? Child, hear me clearly. When I fight for you, victory is certain. My strength never falters. My power never fades. my plans never fail. There is peace when you let me fight. There is healing when you surrender control. There is freedom when you trust me to carry what you cannot bear. Think of the Israelites standing at the edge of the Red Sea. They were trapped, exhausted, terrified, unable to see how they'd escape the danger behind them. But I whispered clearly, "Be still. Watch me fight for you." And as they stood quietly, I parted the sea, making a way where there seemed to be none. They simply had to trust, and I delivered them safely. My child, I am doing the same for you. You may not see a way forward. You may feel trapped, surrounded, overwhelmed. But right now, in your stillness, I am making a way. I am pushing back the darkness, moving mountains you could never move yourself. Tonight, your battle strategy is simple. Rest, trust, believe. Rest in my love. Trust in my strength. Believe in my faithfulness. As you sleep tonight, I will be fighting battles for your heart. I will silence voices that seek to harm you. I will protect you from unseen enemies. I will restore what fear has taken from you. You don't have to strive anymore. You don't have to keep pushing through in your own strength. You don't have to prove anything. You simply need to rest in me. Close your eyes, my child, knowing that I stand guard over you. I do not sleep. I do not rest. I remain awake, vigilant, protective, fighting for you with a love that never tires. In the morning, you will rise with new strength, renewed hope, fresh courage, because tonight you chose to let me fight for you. Your heart will know peace again, because I am your peace. Your spirit will find rest again, because I am your rest. Let go now, beloved. Release the battles into my capable hands. And as you rest, know this truth deeply and fully. I am fighting for you, and I never lose. Rest now, precious one. You are safe. You are held. You are loved beyond measure. And you never, ever have to fight alone again. Chapter 16. Come to me, all who are weary. My beloved child, I see your weariness. I see how you carry burdens day after day, burdens that no one else fully understands. I see the heaviness in your eyes, the tiredness in your steps, the fatigue that settles into your soul. You've whispered quietly to yourself, I don't know how much longer I can keep doing this. You've tried to be strong for others, to hold everything together, but deep down, you feel close to breaking. Today, my child, I speak directly to your weary heart. You do not have to carry these burdens alone anymore. Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Matthew 11:28. Hear these words clearly. Child, are for you. You don't have to earn my rest. You don't have to qualify by being stronger, braver, or better. You simply have to come just as you are. Exhausted, broken, overwhelmed. Come to me, not after you've fixed your problems, not after you've cleaned up your heart, not after you've overcome your struggles. Come now in your weariness, in your need, exactly as you are. I know how deeply you've longed for rest, not just physical rest, but true soul rest, the kind of rest that calms your mind, settles your spirit, and renews your strength. You have searched for rest everywhere else. You've tried to escape through distraction, through busyness, through achievements, through anything that could numb the exhaustion you carry. Yet those temporary escapes only left you emptier, more tired, more aware of your own limitations. My child, I offer a different kind of rest. The rest I give does not run out. It does not fade away. It does not demand performance or perfection. My rest simply requires your surrender, your willingness to release control and trust me completely. Today, lay down the heavy burdens you've carried. Lay down the expectations that weigh on your heart. Lay down the pressure of having it all figured out. Come to me, and I will lift these burdens from your shoulders. I will take them gently, lovingly, completely. You may ask, how can I rest when my troubles are still here? Hear me clearly, precious one. Resting in me doesn't mean your struggles vanish instantly. Resting means trusting me deeply enough to hold your struggles safely in my hands. Resting means believing I am bigger than your worries, stronger than your fears, and more powerful than your circumstances. Resting means placing your anxious thoughts into the capable hands of your Father, who loves you deeply and who will never leave your side. I know exactly how tired you feel, child. I see every tear you've cried when no one was looking. I hear every whispered prayer that escapes your lips. Nothing about your exhaustion is hidden from me, and I care deeply about restoring your soul. Think about a child asleep in their parents' arms. They sleep deeply because they trust the arms that hold them. They know they are safe. They know they are protected. My beloved, this is how I want you to rest in me. Lay your head down in full confidence, knowing I am watching over you, holding you, protecting you. Rest deeply now, knowing your worries are safe with me. Rest fully now, knowing your future is secure in my hands. I am your safe haven, your refuge, your sanctuary. In my presence, you can breathe deeply again. In my presence, your soul can finally exhale, letting go of every burden you've carried for far too long. Child, come now. Don't wait another moment. Step into my rest. Let me replenish the strength that life has drained from you. Let me fill you again with peace, with hope, with joy, with strength that is not your own. Let my spirit gently renew your weary heart so you can face tomorrow, not with dread or exhaustion, but with confidence and peace. Come to me, beloved. You were never meant to carry these burdens alone. You were never meant to walk through this life without my gentle strength guiding your every step. Tonight, let me give you the gift of rest. Rest from striving, rest from worry, rest from fear. Close your eyes, trusting deeply in my promise. I am here. I am strong enough. I am faithful enough, and I will never let you down. Come to me now, weary, burdened, in need of rest, and let me hold you safely in my loving arms. Let your soul breathe deeply again, knowing that I am with you. I am for you, and in me, you will find the peace your heart has longed for. Rest now, child. You are deeply loved, fully known, and safely held. Rest now, and let me carry what you cannot. In my arms, you will always find the rest your soul needs. Chapter 17. My plans for you are still good. My precious child, I see the questions swirling in your mind, the fears that whisper uncertainty into your heart. You look around at the broken pieces of dreams, at disappointments, detours, and closed doors, and you wonder silently, God, have your plans for me changed? Did I miss your purpose somehow? Hear my gentle reassurance today, child. My plans for you are still good, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. These words were not spoken casually. They were whispered with intention, with love, spoken directly over your life. A life I carefully designed with purpose, with care, with infinite detail. Your circumstances might feel uncertain. The path might seem unclear, but my heart toward you remains the same, filled with goodness, overflowing with hope, fully committed to the beautiful purpose I placed within you. I know the detours confuse you. You had plans, dreams, timelines, expectations. You thought you knew exactly where you were headed, exactly how life should unfold. But beloved, my perspective is larger than yours. I see far beyond your momentary disappointments. I see the bigger story, the story I'm still carefully writing. A story filled with redemption, restoration, and purpose. Yes, even your disappointments are woven into my perfect plan. Even your setbacks become stepping stones that guide you toward greater blessings and deeper understanding of my love. You might feel like life is unraveling, but trust me, child, I am weaving something far more beautiful than you can imagine. My plans are not fragile. They do not crumble beneath life's unexpected storms. They do not disappear when you stumble, when you doubt, or even when your faith feels weak. My purposes for your life were established long before your first breath. They are secure, steadfast, immovable, built upon the foundation of my faithful love. You might ask, but what about all I've lost? Child, hear me clearly. I am the God who restores. I am the one who redeems time, who rebuilds dreams, who takes broken pieces and creates something beautiful again. I have not forgotten you. I have not overlooked your pain or your sacrifices. I see every tear, every moment of struggle, every longing within your heart. I know you wonder if your best days are behind you. You question if joy will return, if hope can still bloom, if there's anything left ahead worth anticipating. Let me reassure you deeply and tenderly. Your best days are not behind you. They are still ahead. I have plans for you that are good, plans beyond your imagination, plans to heal you, to restore you, to bless you abundantly. Trust me, even when the path seems dark. Trust me, even when you can't see clearly where the road leads. Remember Joseph, sold into slavery, imprisoned unjustly, forgotten by those he helped. He could have easily believed his story was finished, but my plan for him remained good, even through years of waiting and hardship. In the end, he stood in awe, seeing clearly that everything he endured served a greater purpose, a purpose that blessed countless lives. Beloved, the same will be true for you. Every pain, every struggle, every delay is shaping you, preparing you, positioning you for the beautiful future I have in store. You might not understand it now, but one day you'll look back in gratitude, realizing that even the hardest moments were carefully orchestrated parts of a glorious purpose. My plans have never changed, precious one. They remain rooted in goodness, secure in faithfulness, abundant in hope. Trust me with your unanswered questions. Trust me with your uncertain tomorrow. Trust me, knowing I will never abandon the plans I have for you. Plans for joy, plans for peace, plans for purpose. Take comfort today, knowing my heart toward you is unchanging. My plans for your life are still unfolding, beautifully, carefully, intentionally. Even now, I am working, opening doors you cannot yet see, restoring dreams you thought were lost forever, and preparing opportunities that will fill your heart with joy and wonder. Breathe deeply, my child, knowing that the author of your story is faithful, good, and fully committed to your future. Release the pressure to have all the answers today. You don't need to understand how it will all come together. You simply need to trust the one who holds your future in careful, capable, loving hands. Your story isn't finished. Your purpose isn't lost. Your future isn't uncertain. It is held securely in my hands. Hands that formed you, hands that carry you, hands that are writing a story filled with beauty, restoration, and purpose. Today, rest in this promise. My plans for you are still good, and nothing will ever change that. Trust me, wait patiently, watch closely, because soon you will see clearly. Your God is faithful, your God is good, and the best is still ahead of you. Chapter 18. Your scars are seen by heaven. My precious child, I see the scars you carry, not just the physical marks, though I see those too, but the deeper wounds etched upon your heart, the hidden pain you carry silently, the invisible scars that no one else notices, but that you feel every single day. You've tried hard to hide them, to pretend they're not there, to smile bravely and move forward. But when you're alone, those scars still ache. They remind you of moments you'd rather forget, pain you'd rather erase, chapters of your story you wish had never been written. Today, hear me clearly, beloved one. Your scars are seen by heaven. Not one tear you've shed has ever been ignored by me. Not one hurt you've endured has ever gone unnoticed. I know every story behind every scar, every struggle behind every wound. Your scars are not shameful in my eyes. They are not marks of weakness or failure. They are proof of survival, testimonies of strength, evidence of battles fought and victories won. In my eyes, your scars tell a story, a beautiful story of redemption, of resilience, of grace, a story that reveals the depth of my love and care for you. Think of my son. When he rose from the grave, he carried scars, marks on his hands, his feet, his side. Those scars didn't vanish after his resurrection. Instead, they became eternal symbols of the deepest love the world has ever known. My child, your scars are precious to me too. I don't dismiss them, I honor them. They remind me of every time I've carried you, of every moment I've held you, of every night I've whispered comfort into your pain. You may wonder, will these wounds ever fully heal? Let me reassure you gently. Healing doesn't always mean scars disappear completely. Sometimes healing means the pain no longer holds power over you. It means your wounds become stories of hope, sources of strength, reminders that my grace is sufficient, even in the hardest moments. Every scar you carry will become a bridge, a way to connect deeply with others who are hurting. You will offer hope precisely because you understand pain, because you know firsthand that wounds can heal, that beauty can grow from broken places. I promise you, my child, there will be purpose even in the scars you never wanted. They will speak to others, comfort others, encourage others who walk similar painful paths. Your scars will become sacred ground, places where my grace meets human suffering and transforms it into something beautiful. Today, I ask you not to hide your scars from me anymore. Bring your wounds into the light of my presence. Let me touch them gently, lovingly, tenderly. Allow my healing hand to soothe every aching place within your soul. You don't have to be afraid that I will judge or reject you because of your scars. Child, I already know them intimately. I have counted every tear, seen every painful memory, understood every hidden hurt. I know the full depth of your story, and still I love you completely, fully, unconditionally. Let go of the shame attached to your scars. Release the lies that say you're defined by past pain. Refuse the voices that whisper you're broken beyond repair. Instead, listen carefully to my truth. Your scars make you human, make you real, make you beautifully qualified to share my comfort with others. Your scars remind you of battles you have survived, of storms you have endured, of dark nights you've walked through and overcome. You are stronger because of them. You are deeper, wiser, more compassionate, because you understand suffering personally. Let me use your scars, my child. Let me redeem every wound, every heartache, every broken place within your heart. Your scars will be transformed, not erased, but glorified. They will become testimonies of my faithfulness, stories of my redemption, proof that even brokenness can become beautiful in the hands of your Creator. You don't need to fear your scars anymore. Instead, embrace them as sacred reminders that your God is faithful, that your God heals, that your God sees, loves, and never abandons his children. Your scars are seen by heaven, precious one, and one day, when you stand in my presence, you'll fully understand their beauty, their purpose, their eternal significance. Until then, rest in the comfort of this promise. Your wounds are not wasted. Your scars are never hidden from my loving gaze. Tonight, rest deeply in this assurance. You are held, you are seen, you are deeply loved, and every scar you carry is safely held in the loving, healing hands of your Savior, who also carries scars, proof of his eternal love for you. Your scars matter, child. To me, they are beautiful, holy reminders of your strength, your journey, your redemption. Rest tonight in my arms, knowing every scar is safe, every wound is known, and every pain is met with infinite compassion. You are not broken beyond repair. You are redeemed, restored, loved, and deeply cherished. Your scars are seen by heaven, and they will always tell a beautiful story of hope, healing, and my unending grace. Chapter 19. I am near to the brokenhearted. My precious child, I see clearly the heaviness in your heart. I feel the deep ache you carry silently, the sorrow that lingers like a quiet storm within your soul. You have wondered at times if anyone truly sees your brokenness, if anyone fully understands the depth of your pain. Listen carefully to me today, beloved one. I am near, so very near to the brokenhearted. The Lord is close to the brokenhearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. Psalm 34:18. This promise is yours to hold tightly today. You might feel alone in your grief, isolated in your sorrow, unseen in your suffering. But the truth is, I am closer now than ever. I am not a God who distances himself from your pain. I am a God who draws near, who gently enters into your grief, who walks quietly and patiently alongside you. As you journey through heartache, I understand intimately the depth of your sorrow, the ache of losing someone you loved, the grief of dreams that didn't come true, the pain of betrayal, abandonment, disappointment. I see every tear you've shed, even the ones you've hidden from others. I feel the heaviness that presses on your chest, making even breathing seem difficult at times. My child, you were never meant to carry this weight alone. I am right here, ready to bear this burden with you. You might wonder, if you're near God, why does it still hurt so deeply? Child, my nearness does not erase the pain instantly, but it promises you never walk through pain alone. Healing takes time, and I will never rush your process. I hold space for your grief. I honor every emotion you feel, every tear, every sigh, every ache. Your broken heart is precious to me. I treat your wounds with tenderness, with gentleness, with infinite care. Think about my son, Jesus. He stood outside Lazarus' tomb, and even knowing resurrection was coming, he wept deeply. He shared fully in the grief of those he loved. My child, I share fully in your grief too. I sit with you in silence when words feel inadequate. I hold you gently when pain feels overwhelming. I offer my quiet presence when sorrow steals your words. You are never alone in your heartbreak. I am here, listening, understanding, holding you close. You don't need to pretend that you're okay. You don't have to rush yourself to move on. Grief isn't something you simply get over. It's something you journey through, and I promise to journey through it with you, step by step, moment by moment. In your brokenness, you may feel weak, vulnerable, fragile, but I see strength, a different kind of strength, the strength to feel deeply, to love fully, to trust me even when life hurts. Your tears are never wasted, child. They become prayers when words fail. They become sacred expressions of honesty and trust. Even now, I am gently binding up your wounds. Even now, I am carefully holding your heart, protecting it, nurturing it, restoring it slowly and lovingly. Healing will come, beloved. Not quickly, perhaps, but surely, steadily, intentionally. And in the meantime, you never have to fear being too broken for my love. Broken hearts are precious to me. They are exactly where my presence shines brightest, where my grace flows deepest. Let me hold your heart today, my child. Trust me with your grief, your sadness, your pain. Know deeply and fully that my compassion for you is infinite, my comfort endless, my presence constant. You may not see clearly yet, but there will come a day when you look back and see how I gently carried you through this season, how I held your hand, how I whispered comfort to your broken heart. Today, simply rest in the truth of my nearness. Let your heart find peace knowing that I am with you in every tear, every moment of sorrow, every breath of longing. Breathe deeply, precious child, and allow my presence to gently wrap around you. Let me remind you tenderly that you are deeply loved, fully known, carefully held. Tonight, when sorrow feels heavy, remember my promise clearly. I am close to the brokenhearted. I am close to you. You are never alone, never abandoned, never unseen. I am here, right beside you, holding your heart gently in my hands. Trust my timing, child. Trust my healing. Trust my faithful, gentle love to guide you safely through this valley of grief. Healing will come, but until it does, rest deeply and peacefully in the sacred comfort of knowing I am near to the brokenhearted, and I am near to you. You are held, you are loved, and you are never alone in your pain. Rest now, beloved child, knowing your heart is safe with me, and I will gently hold you until the hurt transforms into hope, until your brokenness blooms into beauty, until your grief gives way to joy once again. You are loved, you are safe, and you are never alone. Chapter 20. Peace that passes understanding. My beloved child, I see the storm raging within your heart. I know the anxious thoughts that swirl constantly in your mind, the worries that keep you awake at night, the fears that rob your peace and steal your joy. You've tried so hard to calm yourself, to reason away the fear, to find peace through your own strength. Yet your heart still feels restless, troubled, uncertain. Today, precious one, hear my gentle whisper clearly. I offer you peace, a peace that surpasses understanding, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:7. This is not a peace that depends on your circumstances. It isn't the kind of peace that requires everything to be perfect. No, this peace is deeper, stronger, unshakable. It is a peace that remains steady, even when life is uncertain, chaotic, or frightening. You don't have to wait until everything is calm to experience my peace. I give it to you right here, in the middle of your anxiety, right here, in the middle of your unanswered questions, right here, in the very heart of your struggle. You might wonder, how can I have peace when everything feels uncertain? Child, this peace does not come from understanding your situation fully. It comes from trusting me completely. When you release the need to have every answer, when you let go of control and place your worries fully in my hands, that's when true peace begins to settle deep within your heart. My peace is not a fragile, temporary comfort. It's an eternal promise, a steady presence, an anchor that holds your soul secure, no matter what storms arise. I know the details of your anxiety. I see clearly the thoughts that overwhelm you, the situations that feel impossible, the burdens you've tried so hard to manage alone. Today, my child, bring every anxious thought to me. Lay them down one by one, gently, honestly. Let me carry the weight you were never meant to bear alone. Allow my peace to gently enter your heart, calming every fearful thought, quieting every restless question. Think about my son, Jesus. He stood in a boat as storms threatened to drown the disciples. They were terrified, overwhelmed, panicked. But with one word, Jesus calmed the waves and silenced the storm. Child, I can speak that same peace into your life today. No storm is stronger than my voice. No fear is greater than my presence. No anxiety is too powerful for my peace. Breathe deeply now and receive this promise. I am with you. I will not leave you. My peace will guard your heart and mind, not because you figured everything out, but because I am strong enough, faithful enough, loving enough. My peace is stronger than your anxiety, greater than your fears, more powerful than the uncertainty you face. I hold your future gently and securely. You do not have to fear tomorrow, because tomorrow is already held safely in my hands. Rest now in the truth of my goodness. Rest in the assurance of my faithfulness. Rest in the comfort of my steady presence. Even now, my peace is gently filling your heart, soothing your spirit, quieting your anxious mind. Let go of the need to control every outcome. Release your fears about what might happen next. Trust me deeply, fully, completely, knowing I will never fail you. Child, peace doesn't mean you never face storms. Peace means you know exactly who is with you in every storm. I am your refuge, your shelter, your safe place. In my arms, anxiety fades, fear loses power, and your soul finds the rest it has longed for. Tonight, as you lie down, let my peace guard your thoughts. When anxious worries try to creep back in, whisper my name gently, and let my presence remind you that I am near, and my peace is stronger. You may not fully understand every circumstance, but you can trust the one who does. You may not have every answer, but you have me, the one who loves you perfectly, completely, eternally. Let my peace settle deep into your soul tonight. Feel the calm assurance that I am working, even when you can't see clearly. Know with absolute certainty that I am with you, guiding you gently, holding you safely, leading you toward the good plans I have for your life. Tonight, let peace wash over your anxious heart. Feel my gentle embrace surrounding you, comforting you, protecting you. This is the peace I offer, peace that surpasses your understanding, peace that remains steady in every circumstance, peace that gently whispers, "You are safe, you are held, you are deeply loved." Rest in my peace tonight, child, knowing I am near, and nothing, absolutely nothing, can separate you from my loving, calming presence. Let my peace guard your heart tonight as you sleep deeply and securely, knowing you are held firmly by the one whose love never fails. Rest now, precious child. My peace is yours. Chapter 21. When you feel unworthy of mercy, my precious child, I hear the quiet cry of your heart, the one you don't speak out loud. I know the thoughts that visit you when you're alone. I've failed too many times. I've gone too far. I don't deserve another chance. I'm not worthy of mercy. Let me speak into that place of shame and silence with a truth stronger than guilt. My mercy was never about your worthiness. It was always about my love. But because of his great love for us, God, who is rich in mercy, made us alive with Christ, even when we were dead in transgressions. It is by grace you have been saved. Ephesians 2:4-5. You don't have to earn my mercy, child. You don't have to prove you deserve my grace. Mercy is not a reward for the righteous. It's a gift for the broken. I didn't come for the ones who had it all together. I came for the weary, the wounded, the wandering, the weak. I came for you. I know the full story. Every wrong word, every misstep, every choice you wish you could undo. I know the moments you replay in your mind, the ones that whisper, "You're too far gone," and still I choose you. My mercy does not stop at your mistake. It flows beyond it. It covers every gap, every stain, every broken place inside you. There is no failure so great that it cancels my compassion. There is no mistake so deep that it outpaces my mercy. You are not the exception to my forgiveness. You are the reason I came running. When you feel unworthy, come closer. When you feel too dirty, come anyway. When you're ashamed to lift your eyes, let me lift your chin and remind you, you are mine. You are not defined by what you've done. You are defined by what I've done for you. On the cross, my son cried out, "It is finished," that wasn't just a statement about his suffering. It was a declaration about yours. Your guilt finished. Your shame finished. Your unworthiness finished. Mercy triumphed that day, and it still triumphs today. You don't have to hide anymore. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to carry the weight of your past alone. I see everything, and I still open my arms wide to you. I am not disgusted by your failure. I am moved with compassion. I know how heavy guilt feels. I know how the enemy whispers lies that sound like truth. You're unclean. You've gone too far. You're not redeemable. But I silence those lies with one sentence. You are forgiven. Not partially, not temporarily, fully, completely, eternally. You may feel unworthy, but my mercy is not based on your feelings. It's based on the finished work of Jesus. It's based on a love so wide, so high, so deep, that no sin, no matter how dark, can stand against it. Even now, I am washing over you with grace, not because you've gotten it right, but because I love you too much to let shame win. Come now, let me cleanse your heart. Let me remove the lie that says you're too far gone. Let me remind you that your worst day does not cancel my best promise. You are not disqualified. You are not unloved. You are not forgotten. You are forgiven. You are chosen. You are deeply, endlessly, unconditionally loved. Do you remember the prodigal son? He came home, rehearsing his apology, believing he could only return as a servant. But the father didn't wait for his speech. He ran. He embraced. He restored. Child, that is my heart toward you. I don't need your performance. I want your presence. Come home, not because you've earned it, but because my mercy has already made a way. Let go of shame. Let go of guilt. Let go of the lie that you must first make yourself clean. My mercy is what makes you clean. My mercy is what restores your identity. My mercy is what says, though your sins are like scarlet, they shall be as white as snow. Isaiah 1:18. You are not unworthy of mercy. You are exactly the kind of soul my mercy was made for. Come now and let me remind you, you are welcome here. You are wanted here. You are loved here. Let my love silence the shame. Let my grace speak louder than guilt. Let my mercy carry you to peace. And tonight rest, not in your perfection, but in my promise. You are not too far gone. You are not unworthy. You are mine, and mercy has the final word. Chapter 22. The battle belongs to me. My beloved child, I see the battle you are in, the one no one else fully understands, the one that's been draining your strength day after day, the one where you fought hard, prayed long, and still feel weary. You've been trying to stay strong, to keep moving forward, to fix what feels broken, to win a war that seems bigger than you. But hear me now, gently and firmly. The battle belongs to me. Do not be afraid or discouraged because of this vast army, for the battle is not yours, but God. 2 Chronicles 20:15. You were never meant to carry this fight alone. You were never meant to defeat the enemy by your own strength. You were never created to stand in the middle of the storm, holding everything together by your own will. This is my fight, child. When you feel surrounded, I surround what surrounds you. When you feel outnumbered, I command the armies of heaven. When you feel too weak to go on, I step in with power that has never failed. You are not alone in this. You've never been alone in this. Even before you recognized the battle, I had already stepped onto the field for you. You may feel like you're losing ground, but in my kingdom, even setbacks are setups. Even your weakest moment is a chance for me to show my strength. You don't need to know every step of the plan. You don't need to be fearless or flawless. You only need to stand still and trust me, because I go before you. I fight for you. I cover you. I protect you in ways you'll never fully understand. When fear comes rushing in, remember that fear has never once defeated me. When the enemy tries to lie to you, saying you're not enough, you'll never win, you're too broken, silence him with my truth. If God is for me, who can stand against me? Romans 8:31. This battle may be bigger than you, but it's not bigger than me. Let go of the pressure to be your own defender. Let go of the burden to solve it all on your own. Let go of the anxiety that whispers, if I don't fight harder, everything will fall apart. Rest in the truth that I am holding everything together, and I don't grow tired. You may not see the victory yet. You may still feel like you're standing in the middle of the fight. But know this, I've already declared the outcome. Victory is mine. And because you are mine, victory is yours too. You might ask, what do I do while you fight for me? Stand firm in my promises. Worship even when the battle roars. Pray even when it's quiet. Keep your eyes on me, not on the size of the enemy, not on the impossibility of the mountain. I will bring you through this. I will silence every lie. I will defeat what feels undefeatable. I will part the sea, calm the storm, stop the arrows. I will win this fight because I never lose. When David faced Goliath, it wasn't a sword that brought victory. It was faith in me. When Moses stood at the edge of the Red Sea, it wasn't a plan that saved my people. It was obedience to my voice. When Jehoshaphat was surrounded on every side, his army didn't lift a weapon. They lifted their worship, and I scattered their enemies. Child, do you see? I've always been the one who brings victory, and I will do it again, this time for you. So tonight, release the burden. Stop replaying the worst-case scenarios in your mind. Stop trying to fight battles in your sleep. Lay down your armor and rest. The outcome doesn't depend on your strength. It depends on mine. You are not failing because you're tired. You are human, and you are mine. I am the God who never slumbers. I will keep watch while you sleep. I will guard your heart while you rest. I will keep fighting while you find peace. Let go, not in defeat, but in trust. Let me step in and show you what happens when the Creator of heaven fights on your behalf. This is not the end of your story. This is not your ruin. This is the turning point, the sacred moment when you stop striving and allow me to take over completely. I have not brought you this far to abandon you. I have not allowed this battle to destroy you, only to strengthen your faith, deepen your trust, and reveal my glory. You will see victory, child. You will see healing. You will see breakthrough, because this battle is not yours. It belongs to me. Rest in that truth tonight. Breathe deep, let go, and sleep in peace. I'm already fighting, and I will not stop until victory is complete. Chapter 23. I am holding what you let go of. My precious child, I saw the moment you finally let go. I saw when your hands, trembling with exhaustion, released what you could no longer carry. I saw when your heart, heavy with grief or fear or confusion, whispered, "God, I can't do this anymore." And in that moment, though it may have felt like collapse, what you truly did was trust me. Let me tell you something tender and true. I am holding what you let go of. You did not fail by releasing it. You did not give up. You surrendered, and surrender is not weakness. It is the bravest act of faith. You tried for so long to carry it all. The outcomes you couldn't control, the people you couldn't fix, the dreams that didn't unfold the way you expected. You held them close, hoping that if you just tried harder, prayed longer, believed stronger, it would all work out. But your soul grew weary, and eventually you realized something holy. It's not all yours to carry. And so you let go, not because you stopped caring, but because you finally believed that I care even more. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5:7. That burden you released, I caught it. That worry you placed at my feet, I received it. That broken piece of your heart, I'm holding it gently in my healing hands. You see, child, I've been waiting patiently for you to let go. Not so I could scold you, but so I could lift you. I've seen the toll it's taken on you, carrying what was never meant to be yours alone. Now that it's mine, let me assure you, I won't drop it. I won't forget it. I won't mishandle it. I know exactly what to do with what you've surrendered. You may not see immediate results. You may not understand all that I'm doing, but you can rest in this truth. When something passes from your hands into mine, it is safer, stronger, and more sacred than it ever was before. Let me carry the weight that broke your back. Let me tend to the hurt that wore out your heart. Let me lead what you couldn't fix, mend what you couldn't heal, guide what you couldn't understand. You were never meant to be your own savior. You were never meant to hold the universe in your hands. That's my role. You were meant to trust, to follow, to release. You were meant to live with hands open, not because you're giving up, but because you're giving it to me. Sometimes surrender feels like loss, but in my kingdom, surrender is how you gain peace. It's how you receive wisdom. It's how you make room for miracles. And I am still a God of miracles. You may not understand why things unfolded the way they did. You may still carry questions, aches, or regret, but let me hold those too. I am not only capable of handling your future, I am gentle enough to cradle your past. You can trust me with what you've let go of, because I'm the one who never lets go of you. That child you prayed over and finally released. I'm still chasing them with love. That future you can't quite predict or control. I'm already walking ahead of you, preparing the way. That relationship you entrusted to me. That decision you surrendered. That dream you placed on the altar, I see it. I honor it. I'm not ignoring what you released. I'm redeeming it. Surrender is not the end of the story. It's where my story for you begins to unfold more freely. So keep your hands open now. Don't rush to take it all back out of fear. Let me continue the work that began the moment you let go. Your release gave me permission to step in fully. Your surrender created space for my power to move. Let go again today, if you need to, as many times as it takes. Let go of the shame, the guilt, the control, the timelines, the pressure to know what's next. And with each release, you'll discover I never lose what you place in my hands. I restore, I protect, I multiply. Child, you've done the bravest thing. You've trusted me with what matters most to your heart. And now, rest in this truth. I am holding what you let go of. I am holding you. I've got it all, and I've got you too. Sleep now, with your hands open and your soul at peace. You don't need to pick it back up. You don't need to wrestle again tonight. I am still holding it. I am still working, and I will never let go. Chapter 24. There is beauty after ashes. My beloved child, I see what the fire took from you. I see what's been burned down, what you buried in the ashes, what you had to let go of when the flames consumed what once felt secure. You've been left standing in the ruins, wondering if anything good can rise from what's been lost. You look around at the charred remains of what you hoped for, what you prayed for, what you believed would last. And I want you to hear this, child, as gently and clearly as if I were standing right beside you. There is beauty after ashes, to bestow on them a crown of beauty instead of ashes, the oil of joy instead of mourning, and a garment of praise instead of a spirit of despair. Isaiah 61:3. I am the God who restores. I am the one who brings life from death, joy from sorrow, hope from devastation. What feels like the end to you is not the end to me. I do not leave you in the ashes. I kneel beside you, gently gathering what remains, and I begin again. I do not discard what's been damaged. I redeem it. The fire you walked through was real. I do not minimize it. I saw the pain, the tears, the moments you thought you wouldn't make it. But even in the fire, especially in the fire, I was there, not distant, not uninvolved, present, weeping with you, protecting what the enemy tried to destroy entirely. You may not understand the purpose behind the flames. You may still carry the scent of smoke on your soul. But know this, my child, fire doesn't get the final word, resurrection does. Ashes are not the end. They are the place where I begin building something new, something deeper, something stronger, something eternally beautiful. I don't just give you back what was lost. I give you something greater, but it won't always look the way you expect. It won't always arrive on your timeline. It may come slowly, quietly, like spring, pushing through the frozen ground. But make no mistake, beauty is coming. You may not see it yet. You may still be grieving, still trying to understand what was taken. But I want you to rest in this truth. I have not abandoned you in the ruins. I am planting seeds in the scorched earth. Seeds of joy, seeds of healing, seeds of purpose. And in time, you will see them bloom. You will see how I used the fire to refine you, to strip away what could not stay, to uncover parts of you that were buried beneath fear and comfort. You will see that the fire, though painful, did not destroy you. It revealed you. Even now, I am shaping something within you that could only be forged through surrender. Even now, I am painting beauty across the sky of your tomorrow, even if today still feels gray. Child, I know how heavy it feels. I know how you miss what was. I know how part of you is afraid to hope again, to dream again, to rebuild, just in case it all falls apart again. But take my hand. Let me walk with you through the ruins. Let me whisper again the truth that holds you steady. There is beauty after ashes. Your mourning will not last forever. Joy is already on its way, quiet, soft, certain. Hope is rising. Light is returning. You will laugh again. You will create again. You will love again. You will dream again. And it won't be a shallow version of joy. It will be deeper, richer, built from the soil of suffering and grace. It will be joy that knows sorrow, but chooses to rise anyway. The beauty I bring won't ignore your pain. It will include it, redeem it, transform it. You are not forgotten in the aftermath. You are not alone in the rebuilding. You are held deeply and tenderly by the same hands that created the universe. And now cradle your heart. Rest in me tonight. Rest in the promise that the ashes will not be the end of your story. Something beautiful is growing here. Something eternal. Something sacred. So don't rush the healing. Don't be ashamed of what you've lost. Don't be afraid to hope again. The ashes are not your final chapter. They are simply the soil for something new. And I, your God, the maker of miracles, am already writing beauty into the next page. Chapter 25. I will not leave you mid-sentence. My beloved child, I know how it feels to be stuck in the middle, to be caught between the beginning and the breakthrough, to feel like the page has turned, but the story hasn't moved forward. You look around and wonder, is this it? Has God forgotten to finish what he started? But I want you to know something, clearly and deeply. I will not leave you mid-sentence, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. Philippians 1:6. I'm not done with you. What I started in your life, I will finish, not halfway, not partially, fully, beautifully, in perfect time. You may feel stuck in a season of silence. You may feel like you're rereading the same sentence in your life, waiting for the next chapter to begin. But even now, I am still writing, even when it seems quiet, even when nothing on the outside appears to be changing. I'm shaping something within you that is too sacred to rush. You see, every sentence in your story matters to me, not just the moments of victory, but the moments of waiting, confusion, tension, and wondering. The middle is just as meaningful as the ending. Sometimes, the middle is where the most important growth happens. It's where your roots go deep. It's where your faith is stretched and strengthened. It's where I shape your character, your trust, your heart. I don't skip over the middle. I walk through it with you. I know it's tempting to feel abandoned in this part of the story, to look at other people's lives and wonder why their chapters seem to be moving faster, to feel like your story got paused while theirs kept turning. But child, your pace is not a mistake. Your timing is not behind. Your journey is not forgotten. You are not a rough draft. You are my masterpiece in progress. I write with purpose, with intention, with love. I am not in a hurry because what I'm doing in you is eternal. Sometimes the most beautiful stories take time to unfold. Sometimes the most powerful chapters are written in quiet, unseen places. So don't be afraid of the pause. Don't fear the silence. Don't assume I've put the pen down just because you can't see the ink moving. My hand is still at work. My plan is still unfolding. My heart is still deeply invested in every line of your life. You may not understand this part of the plot, but one day you will look back and see how every detour, every delay, every in-between moment was leading somewhere beautiful. Remember Joseph. He had dreams, but also prisons. He had purpose, but also long years of waiting. But I never left him mid-sentence, and I won't leave you either. Remember Ruth. She lost so much, and her story seemed to end in grief. But I was still writing, and what looked like loss became a legacy. Remember David. He was anointed king, then waited in caves. But I was working in the waiting, shaping him, strengthening him, preparing him. And I am doing the same for you. You are not stuck, even when it feels like it. You are being shaped. You are being readied. You are being held. Trust the author of your story. I know where the story is going. I know how to bring resolution, beauty, redemption. But most of all, I know you. I know how much you long to see the next chapter. And I promise, child, the next chapter is coming. But for now, lean into me here. Let this season, this sentence, be sacred. Let me hold you in the middle, in the uncertainty, in the tension between what has been and what will be. You don't have to rush. You don't have to fear. You don't have to control the ending. You simply have to trust the one who's writing it. I finish what I start. Always, faithfully, perfectly, and I will finish this story to your story in a way that brings me glory and brings you peace. So breathe deep, child. You're not forgotten in the waiting. You're not overlooked in the middle. You're simply in a sentence that's preparing you for the beauty that is still to come. Rest tonight in the promise that I will not leave you mid-sentence. I will write this story to completion. And when you finally read the last line, you will see that it was worth every single word. You are held. You are known. You are still becoming. And I am still writing. Chapter 26. Fear not, for I am with you, my beloved child. Fear comes quietly. It slips in through the cracks of your thoughts, spreads its shadow over your heart, and whispers lies in the middle of your peace. It tells you that you're alone, that everything could fall apart, that you're not strong enough, that you're not safe. But I want you to hear me clearly, not as a distant voice, but as a father sitting beside you in the dark. Fear not, for I am with you. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Isaiah 40:1-10. You are not facing this alone. You never were. I see how the unknown frightens you, how the future feels too big, too blurry, too fragile. I see the what-ifs that chase you. What if I fail? What if I lose them? What if this never gets better? What if I'm not enough? But child, pause. Breathe. You don't need to live in the what if. You are safe in the I am. I am your refuge. I am your strength. I am your fortress. I am your peace. You may feel small, but I am not. You may feel weak, but I am strong enough for both of us. You may feel unsure, but I am steady, unshakable, eternal. I have walked with my people through fire, through flood, through famine, through fear, and I never abandoned them. I was with Moses at the Red Sea, with Daniel in the lion's den, with Esther in the palace, with Paul in the prison, with Jesus in Gethsemane, and I am with you in this moment, not watching from afar, but standing beside you as your shield, your rock, your comforter. Fear thrives in isolation. It grows when you forget you're not alone. But I am always near. You don't need to be fearless to come to me. You just need to be honest. Bring me your shaking hands. Bring me your rapid thoughts. Bring me your tearful prayers, whispered in the dark. I don't reject you for being afraid. I hold you in the middle of it. And even when you don't feel strong, even when you feel like fear is louder than faith, I am still God. I am still sovereign. I am still good. And I still choose you. Let me remind you of the truth fear tries to bury. You are not powerless. You are not alone. You are not forgotten. You are mine. Fear cannot rewrite what I've written. It cannot undo what I've promised. It cannot stop what I've ordained. You are safe, not because the world is predictable, but because I am faithful. You may face things that scare you. You may walk through valleys that feel dark. But child, look around. You are never walking alone. I walk with you, before you, behind you, within you. When the voices get loud, lean into mine. Let me say it again and again until it settles in your soul. Fear not, for I am with you. I know your past, and I have forgiven it. I know your future, and I have prepared it. I know your present, and I am in it. So do not fear the night. Do not fear the unknown. Do not fear the battle. You don't have to pretend you're unafraid, but you can choose to trust the one who is bigger than your fear. Let my perfect love cast it out. Let my promises quiet the storm. Let my nearness calm your racing heart. Tonight, I am surrounding you. You are safe in my presence. The storm may still rage outside, but inside your soul, let my peace settle in. Lay down your worries. Lay down your trembling. Lay down the story fear is telling you, and let me rewrite it in love, because you are never alone. Fear not, my child. I am with you, now and forever. Thank you for spending this time with us. Remember, no matter what you're facing, God's love is always with you, steady, unchanging, and boundless. If this message touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to join our community of hope and healing. We're here to walk alongside you, one gentle step at a time. Until next time, may you be wrapped in peace, filled with faith, and surrounded by God's endless love. God bless you.